Okay, we are going to start with a new topic. So you're going to put day 23, power of tens. This is one of the easiest things you'll do in 5th grade. So, first things first, if you're multiplying by 10 to the something, we'll put a question mark here, 10 to the something, your your decimal moves to the right. If you're dividing by 10 to the something, your decimal moves to the left. Your decimal moves to the left however many times you have that something. So, for example, if I had, say, 45 times 10 to the second, I'm going to go ahead and put 45. I'm going to think, where's my decimal? I don't see a decimal, so I know my decimal is at the end. So I would go 1, 2. Where your decimal ends is your new answer, and you're going to fill those up. So now your new answer is 45 and 2 zeros, so 4,500. You do not have 2 zeros, or you don't have 2 decimals. So your decimal, the one you keep is the one where it ends. If you did 45 divided by 10 to the second, you're going to write your number 45 right there. So you write your starting number. See here when we multiplied, because we multiplied, your decimal moved to the right, so it went to the right. It went that way. Now because we're dividing, our decimal is going to go this way. So our decimal is here, and it's moving twice. So 1, 2. So that means my final answer is 0.45. Okay? We only have one decimal. Okay? So the 2 doesn't necessarily mean how many zeros you're adding, because sometimes you don't even have to add any zeros. It's your decimal moving. Okay? So say we had, it's 10:33 right now, my time. Say times 10 to the 4th. I'm going to write my original number, and I'm multiplying, so I know my decimal is going to the right, and it's going 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to fill that up, equals 103,300. So, you see I had 4. That doesn't mean I add 4 zeros. That means my number gets bigger by 4 place values. This 1 was a 10 because it was in the tens column. Now it's 100,000 because if you do 10 times 10,000, you get 100,000. Okay, so my decimal moved 4 times. If I had 10.33, divide, it's a weird division, I'm sorry, divided by 10 to the 4th. Once again, I'm going to write my number down. And the reason I write my number down is so I can really see. If I'm trying to do my 4 over here, then it's going to overlap and it gets hard to read. 4. My decimals going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to fill that up, and that equals 0.00103. So I didn't get rid of any numbers. All that happened is my decimal shifted 4 times. I'm sorry. Say I had the number 6.15 times 10 to the 5th, and 6.15 divided by 10 to the 5th. Now it's important that you write the 5 as an exponent, so it's small and to the right corner. If you write it too big, then it might look like 105. This almost looks like 104, and I'm sorry for that. It was just a little big. But you're really doing exponent. What I want you to do is I want you to pause this video, and I want you to solve these 2 problems. Once you've solved it in pencil, I want you to push play and see if your work is correct. Okay, now that you've paused it and you've pushed play, let's solve this problem. I'm going to write my original number out, and I'm multiplying, so my decimal's moving to the right, and it's moving 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's really important that you know we fill those up. The decimal's going between the numbers, so now I'm going to write my new number. Okay, so this had a value of a 6, and really now it has 100,000 because the 6 is in the 100,000s column. Okay, so that 6, its value got 10,000 times bigger. Okay? No. Yeah. 10,000. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 100,000 times bigger. I'm sorry. 100,000 times bigger. Here, we write our original number, and it's moving to the left 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to write it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 5. Okay, so that is what I got. Tomorrow in class we are going to practice doing this. This is the very, very, very basic. What you need to remember is when you are multiplying, your decimal moves to the right by how many times your exponent says, and when you're dividing, your decimal moves to the left how many times your decimal says or your exponent says. Come with any questions you may have.